Imagine a technology that could give us a kind of immortality, a way to preserve a life, a mind, every single one of our experiences forever. It sounds like something straight out of science fiction, but the path to get there is actually more real than you might think. And the consequences, well, let's just say they might not be what any of us expect.
So, picture this. It all starts simply enough. You're sitting in a chair. The room is quiet, maybe a little sterile, and you're just asked to relax.
Then, a machine hums to life. Its sensors begin mapping every single neuron, every synaptic connection in your brain, a whole lifetime of information being read just like a book.
And just like that, it's done. Every memory, every joy, every fear, your first love, your deepest regrets, all of it copied into a single digital file. Your entire existence digitized. But here's the thing. The catch. You open your eyes, you're still in that same chair, you haven't gone anywhere, and you will still die. So what exactly did we just save? This is the huge question we're going to unpack right now.
Okay, so let's really dive into this, because to get the massive implications here, we have to be crystal clear about what this technology actually is, and maybe even more importantly, what it isn't.
The dream we all see in the movies is mind uploading. This idea that your consciousness, the you that's listening to me right now, literally moves from your brain into a computer. But that's not what we're talking about. The technology that's actually on the horizon is memory copying. It's a perfect replica of the data in your brain, but the original you, your awareness, it stays right where it is.
Here's an easy way to think about it. Imagine your consciousness is your computer's operating system. It's the active program making everything run. Well, your memories, your skills, your emotions, those are just the files. This tech isn't about transferring the OS, it's just about copying all the files.
So the most crucial takeaway here is this. The digital version isn't a person, it's an echo. A perfect, interactive archive of a life, for sure, but an archive all the same. The person is gone, only their story remains.
But, even if it's not true immortality, the potential is still absolutely breathtaking. So for a minute, let's just imagine the utopian promise of a technology like this.
And listen, don't mistake this for pure fantasy. The foundations are already being laid. Way back in 2013, scientists at MIT actually implanted false memories into mice. And today, you've got companies like Neuralink getting better and better at reading brain signals. The science is basically telling us that memories are physically encoded patterns, and if we can map those patterns, we can theoretically copy them.
And the applications, they're staggering. Imagine downloading fluency in Japanese in an afternoon. Or a surgeon getting the muscle memory of 20 years of operations before her very first incision. We could restore what's been lost to dementia, to trauma. It really does sound like a perfect future, a world without limits.
But every perfect system has a breaking point. So what happens when the human mind, an organ that was never designed for this, starts trying to process memories and experiences that aren't even its own?
And that right there is where the utopian promise begins to fracture. See, the system that's breaking isn't the technology. It's us. It's our own psychology. And it would start breaking almost immediately.
This gets to the very core of the identity crisis. Your brain doesn't have a little tag for memories that says original or copied. It just experiences them. So if you have a vivid emotional memory of growing up in a place you've never been, feeling love for people you've never actually met, who are you anymore?
And this leads us down a really terrifying slippery slope. First, your personal identity just dissolves. Then, we start selling the lives of the dead as digital products, a totally fake immortality. Inevitably, this would create black markets for experiences, the thrill of committing a crime, the trauma of war, all of it for sale. And finally, reality itself gets hacked. Your entire past could be stolen, altered, or just replaced. Truth becomes a commodity. This would create the ultimate social divide. Why bother living your own messy life when you can just download a better one? The rich would buy up premium life experiences, while the poor, they'd be forced to sell their own memories, their actual lives, just to survive. Your past would become your only real asset.
Which brings us all the way back to the deepest, most fundamental question of all. After all the tech, the markets, the identity crisis, we're left staring right at the nature of consciousness itself.
In the end, what we create is a world where authentic, original experience has lost all of its value. Life isn't something you live anymore, it's something you consume. Reality is no longer a shared consensus, it's just a personal preference.
And this is the thought I really want to leave you with. If we can copy everything you've ever done, ever thought, ever felt, and yet the essential spark of you isn't there, then maybe you are something much more than just the sum of your data.
So here's the really unsettling truth. We might end up chasing this technological ghost, and we might even achieve something that looks and feels like we finally conquered death. But it would be such a hollow victory.
Because we wouldn't be saving people. We would just be saving their stories, creating endless, perfect echoes of human lives, playing on repeat, long after the person and all of the meaning is gone.